So, I'm a huge WPX hosting fan, and here's why. It was about a year ago or so that I noticed that a lot of my sales had dropped. I quickly went to the websites, and you know what I found? Instead of seeing my wonderful work that I had created, I found an advertisement for Syrian children who were harmed in the war, and it basically said, "You've been hacked." Seriously? Here was all of my work gone. I went and contacted HostGator, the hosting service that had it at the time, and basically they said, "Well, you messed up. Somebody got a hold of your password." I was like, wait, they magically got a hold of every password that I have, which was super secure and super long, and they did it to all of my websites that are with you guys? And they said, yeah, pretty much. At that point, I was pretty fed up. I noticed that they had nickel and dimed me, that they didn't include all the other things that, that I thought I should get. And so I knew it was time to move on. So I did some research and I found out about WP Engine, and I thought maybe that would be a good idea. Not really, no. Although it was much more expensive, and at that time I was just willing to do whatever because I was making a significant amount of money from my websites, and having them be fast and dependable was super important. I was ready to pay whatever. But here's the thing. WP Engine didn't do that either. I kept running into issues where certain plugins wouldn't work, my website wouldn't function, and worse yet, I had an uptime monitor and it kept telling me all the time that my main website, kindlepreneur.com, was not getting traffic because it was down. I was paying premium and yet I couldn't even have my website up. And I tried working with their support and they kept having problem after problem, and I was starting to get fed up with them. And then I came across an article by Matthew Woodward where he described the same exact issues that he had with WP Engine. But more importantly, he had moved over to what was called Traffic Planet Hosting at the time, but now WPX. And he had listed off all the things that had improved on his websites because he had done it. He had before and after pictures of speed. He talked about the SEO importance of having WPX for your websites. And finally, his life was just that much easier because he made the move. So of course, I immediately jumped on WPX and I got a hold of them, and I can't believe how easy it was. They actually moved all of my websites for me and they didn't charge me. You have no idea how crazy that is. Like how many different hosting services that I'm ready to invest years into, and they're like, good luck, may the force be with you. The other thing that I loved with WPX was I made a lot of stupid mistakes. I made some whoopses, I didn't do backups and things like that. But contacting them on their chat system, they were immediately helpful, and they went the extra mile on times where I was like, okay, I'm just being an idiot here, and these guys are probably thinking that, but they're so cool not to tell me this, and they fixed all of my problems. So now I'm so happy with WPX that I moved all of my websites, my niche websites to my main website, kindlepreneur.com, and even my website that sells my software, kdprocket.com. If those things were to go down, I would lose thousands of dollars a day instead of what used to be only a couple hundred. And just making that simple transition to WPX has paid forward so many times. My websites are always up. I don't have any problems. I have automatic backups. I don't get nickeled and dimed. And finally, when I have a question, their support team's there to help me out. And with that, that is why I am now a WPX user and will for a very long time. Thanks, WPX. You've helped me with my business, and I'm so glad to be able to tell my story here. Cheers.